Welcome back to the 32 Sound Podcast. It's your host, Avery.
What's the deal? You got Mark in the building.
And we're here with another banger coming at you live.
For sure, man. I kind of want to bring it back to home, man. Like freshman year, definitely we was graduating high school. That vibe, man, Amigos, bro. Can you even I don't know, man. Shit, the young rich niggas, when they first dropped some shit. But can you tell me about like that 2013 experience when you first got put on to the Amigos?
Yeah, really. I was a fan of the Migos when my freshman year at college happened. I had a roommate. My best friend who ended up being my roommate, he had this mixtape. Yeah. He would play this shit all the time. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like, niggas were just bouncing on that bitch. Like, just goof, like, fun energy. It was high energy. It was everything, everything you would expect from, like, a young, rich nigga vibe. Yeah. And he would play that shit back to back to back to back. And I'm just like, okay, I fuck with it, but, like, I don't really know. Then I heard a song Versace come out.
Yeah.
And then that's what really put me on Amigos. When I heard Versace, I was like, oh shit, who the fuck are these niggas?
Like, look, I ain't gonna lie. In high school, you couldn't even like the pet rally. They gonna play who was the song Versace? They put Drake on the mix, but like Hannah Montana though, you know what I'm saying? Songs like that. I don't know, y'all might be kind of young and shit like that, but Hannah Montana came out, Bando jumping out the gym. When that shit hit, that's like when I jump on the freeway, I ain't gonna lie. So where I stayed on, I went to Cass, right? But the school is downtown. I stayed in the city, but I gotta hop on the freeway, right? Ooh. I can get on the freeway and hit 90, 95 if I got the Migos playing. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I got a certain song going on, jumping out the gym, shit, I'm through traffic. I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm gone. I used to be doing that shit and just listening to the Migos and shit, man.
Yeah.
But I know everybody talk about the late, you know what I'm saying, what happened, but when that Migos hit, bro, like, fight night, you tell me,
Fight night.
You in the club, definitely in them house parties back in college and shit. When Fight Night came on, they can spin that shit back. I knew shit was about to happen. That shit was just like magic. When you hear that song playing, you hear that shit in the cars, you know, like everybody put that shit on. Everybody about to be lit as fuck.
Yeah, I remember when there was a song Bad and Bougie.
Bad and Bougie, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
The first night that shit dropped, I kid you not, I was in a club in New York, and it was. And it was lit. Everything was packed in there. It was like a 2-level club. Like, like it was popping. They played that song back to back to back 21 times, bro. I kid you not. They played that song 21 times. I was like, but niggas was still rocking to it. Like, the shit was knocking so much. Like, niggas can play that shit 100 times and niggas was still gonna fuck with it. Like, that's how nice and, like, the quality of music that the Migos was making at the time. Like, they was on the come up, bro.
But I don't think people forget. But you gotta like give it to them. The Migos was around since like 2012, right? That's 10 years, and it's still young, bro. Like that shit low key fire. You know what I'm saying? Just I feel like we kind of grew up with the Migos. They was always on the playlist. Soon as like when I was able to get some money, when I was able to move around, like that was definitely they always at every given time in the year they had a song that was gonna be on a playlist. Facts. That was rocking.
Facts.
You feel me? Shit, Rich the Kid. I think when he was popping back then. Who else was popping around like 2015? It was just so crazy. I know I Love McConaughey. That was like 2014.
That's when 21 Savage was first coming out too.
Hell yeah.
That was the time, bro.
Dirty
you go to a house party.
Yeah, for sure.
You go to a house party, you hear that 21, you was like, No Heart. I was like, ooh-wee.
I don't know, shit. I don't know. What kind of music y'all was listening to when y'all was like, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all still like, what, early 20s, you know what I'm saying? Late teens and shit. So that's like, I don't know. What's the house party shit y'all be on?
Shit, I mean,
Chief Keef.
Chief Keef, sure.
Yeah.
Chief Keef for sure back then.
Yeah, what's Chief Keef? I think Finito, man. The Alphas, every time Finito played on, they would go crazy to that song. That was low key dope.
Yeah.
You couldn't get nowhere without definitely the Migos and shit.
Smoke.
The Migos for sure though.
Hell yeah, and then shit, I don't know, man. It's kind of fucked up what happened with the whole situation.
It's really fucked up what happened to that nigga.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up. And I think that you gotta understand, like, this nigga was just on tour with Drake. Yeah. Like, you gotta understand, like, this wasn't no little run-of-the-mill rap group. This was the biggest rap trio ever. And to have one of them slain like that senselessly on Halloween night for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
And it's just one of the biggest rap tragedies in recent memory besides P&B Rock.
I mean, most definitely. I feel like they kind of P&B Rock had his own lane and everything like that. But it's hard. It's even kind of because you kind of ask yourself, what do amigos mean to the culture of like hip hop, right? And as we know it, I feel like even down to NBA YoungBoy or anything like that style comes from that how Atlanta moves and shit like that, man. It's just a tough situation to see because in the midst of it, you think they were breaking up as a group. You feel me? I don't think like in today's time, which is equivalent, is like some of those big groups that break up back in the 70s and 80s, right? Those are like the new mainstream stars like that, and
Yeah.
that's just the rock stars. And we saw them break up in a way that we all wish that they was all gonna get back together and make a project. But now it feels like that kind of that kind of sucks for hip hop to kind of see like
It'll never be the same again.
Right, yeah.
Like, it will never be the same. Like, there'll never be another time where we can have all the Migos together. Even if they were to get back together, like, it doesn't even matter anymore because the group is permanently destroyed.
Yeah, you feel like because it was a time where everybody thought Quavo was the hardest artist in the Migos. You see what I'm saying? But I always used to think Quavo was until like he dropped the project. But for real, listening to the beat selections, you can't lie. Takeoff would really be in that pocket with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
He be in his pocket, be in his bag. Like, and I think niggas Takeoff didn't get the respect he deserved because he was Takeoff, because he wasn't the leader of the group, quote unquote. Because you have people like Offset and Quavo, he was kind of like the third man. But like that third man, he was the glue to the whole. He was a glue for the whole group.
Yeah.
Like, he really kept them together and kept them pushing. Whether that was because of the way he was rapping, whether that was because of the family ties that he had with his peoples, like, he was really something special to that group, bro. Into the culture, into the world.
I feel like how they are as people was all dynamic. And for me, like the type of person I am, I kind of identify with it. Take off the chill. I don't got to really say too much. It's not really going on. I'm relaxed. You feel me? Like everybody has their own. Some people are like more. They talk their shit. Not that's cool. That's how they move. But like Takeoff is more relaxed. I don't really got to say too much. You feel me? I can sit off in the cut. I can relax, and it kind of fucked up. It's like you see that situation. This is the last person you expect to be in a situation like that.
Person, bro. Like, I couldn't even believe when I first heard it. I was just shocked. I was stunned.
Damn.
I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it's like back to back, we keep losing people that like define. I don't know. I grew up to music, so a lot of these artists that we losing right now are artists that I don't know, when I was having a bad time or I was doing something where like I need to figure some shit out. That was definitely who I was listening to, what I was paying attention to, because I definitely liked how they move. I paid attention to everything that was going on, and see that happen. It's kind of like, damn, even if I do everything right, even if you move right, you know what I'm saying? Because I love music, you feel me? I want to move in that path, but even if you do everything, it's just, you never know, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Know.
So it's like, where do you find like that's the way to move? That's how to move, to stay motivational, to be like, I'm gonna keep choosing this, because it seems like we losing people left and right on just nonsense, bro.
Nonsense, bro. And we're not gonna go into like the specifics of his death and stuff, because there's a lot of controversies around that. Whether that was, a hit, whether it was a dice game, whether it was in the mall, whether we don't really know because we weren't there. But we can just talk about I appreciate you bringing up the past work, because I think like you said, we forgot just how they were the hardest working rap group. I mean, they had hundreds of hits over a decade span, and like every BET award, I was watching the videos. Every BET award, they would come in and shut the whole thing down.
Yeah,
like they got a new every year, every season, they got a new song that you playing on the radio, like you can't ignore. So
definitely, man. And then the culture, when they dropped the album Culture, before we move on, man, that shit was a time. Like, T-shirt was my favorite joint off that bit. Like,
I fuck with T-shirt.
Yeah, that shit was hard, man.
Told me.
Yeah, that shit hard, man. This RP Takeoff, man. I don't know what that means for hip hop, man. I hope everybody continue to move, like, just try to move in a positive light. Watch your surroundings and just cherish the moments, man. I know I value life more as I get older and shit. I start realizing that, like, I value stuff. People value me, and I'd be sick to if my loved ones, have to worry about just what am I, like, is something gonna happen to me if I'm just hanging out, you feel me? So I kind of want to limit the situations where I gotta move like that, or anybody, like, you don't want to make that late gas station run when you know like, damn, well, man, I should probably just be at the crib. You feel me? So just live your life in situations where you got to take less risk. You feel me? You know
Y'all
what
got
I'm
anything
saying?
to say about it?
I mean, I already covered everything, man. Hear my
Yeah,
own.
we was,
I mean, y'all getting deep as hell.
But
Like,
shit, y'all still in like y'all. To me, the time everybody really be going out is really early, like late teens, early 20s. That's the time everybody rowdy. Cause a lot of some people be mature, but back then it's like you don't really give a fuck. I just want to be out and enjoy what's going on today, right? And I might be at a party, but like y'all don't ever like identify that type of energy. They be like, damn, man, they low key doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And it could be a
for
small
sure.
situation where everybody kicking it, and then next thing you know, everybody fighting and something happened. But when you that young, you don't necessarily think about that. But like niggas, you know what I'm saying? But when you older, you easily be like, bro, even if you know, like, man, I know I can, but I'm just trying to get home. This shit gonna disrupt my night. You feel me?
yeah.
So, and I don't know that shit. How do y'all be moving around when y'all be going out and shit?
I mean, when we be out, like, with me at least, like that shit like that don't even be. It be on my mind, but it just be in the back of my mind. 'Cause niggas I know it, niggas I'm with. You feel me?
Yeah,
You know you can trust your man. You feel me? You just know it. You gotta know who to be around.
yeah,
If
for
I know
sure.
I can be around this group of niggas and ain't nothing gonna pop off because everybody hold day on and they be chilling, then you ain't gonna have that in your head for real. It's like you just gotta, you know how I be, Barry.
Yeah, I really just be smart with the shit. Be smart. Choose where I want to go for real. Like that's it. If I know it's not cool there, I'm not about to go. I'm not
Yeah,
about to go.
I guess that kind of moves on to the whole point we were saying is that this episode is really about self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you are responsible for like even whatever what you are responsible for how people view you in the sense of you got to wear that. You got to wear everything. So you got to, it's good to come with the bad. You got to understand what you say because just as you speaking to some people, you automatically got some haters. So you just got to move in a way where you know that it can be anything around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Know how you make people feel. Like just because you have success don't mean everybody gonna love you. So you just can't be as open. You know, you still got to understand what you got going on. But you know,
Facts, big facts, big
and
facts. I feel like self awareness too is like it's not just being aware. It's like being aware of like your shortcomings too.
yeah,
Being aware of like being wholly aware of like your strengths and your weaknesses. Because a lot of times people will go out there and just feel like they're untouchable. Like nobody can talk to them, nobody can say anything to them. But if you had self awareness, you would know that you don't know everything. You're not, you can still learn. You can still educate yourself. You can still put yourself in a position to get better. Whereas somebody with no self awareness is just going to go out there and just wow for no reason. We've seen it happen with people like Kanye West. We've
yeah.
seen it happen with people like uh, Kyrie Irving. Losing deals, losing sponsorships, losing big business over fucking up the bag. But you
And
never fuck up the bag.
that Kyrie Irving, I guess any sports fan, it's kind of like a touchy situation because you don't ever want to say like take somebody's freedom of speech away.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, right? You don't want to
Mm-hmm.
control like I don't want to be in somebody's pockets and tell somebody what they deserve to get and don't get. But I noticed like with anybody that knows this, when you make money, it's responsibility that comes with the money, if you want it or not. And sometimes when you do certain things, it affects the money. You just got to know that. It's just one of those things. When you start saying something that people can take as ammunition, like just think when people get ready to sign that big deal, you don't think it's not by happenstance that like all of a sudden all this bullshit come out about this person. They trying to devalue somebody. So when you see those things happen, it's like you're giving somebody a reason to try to pay you less.
Mm.
You want them to do that. They trying to make sure that they can always have some step ahead. So when you getting paid, I always want to keep the mindset that like if I'm gonna do something that's gonna be strategic and I gotta go. If Kyrie gotta go and that's what he's doing, then albeit he's doing the right thing. But if his goal was not to do that, it's kind of like, yeah, you just gotta be aware of what you say. And if you say it, it's things that come with that. And if you know that,
Right.
you could probably say it in a better way
Right.
to give a better message or a better understanding.
And that's kind of like where the controversy is coming right now. That's where self awareness comes in, is
Yeah.
because with the Kanye West and Kyrie Irving, there's better ways to do what they're doing. There's better ways to structure and frame and, kind of, if you're going to be put in a hot seat like that, if you're going to have reporters come up to you after a game or before a game and question you and pry you and try to get a response out of you that they know is going to make good headlines, you gotta have some sort of media training. You gotta have some sort of framing. You gotta have some sort of forethought to what you're gonna say in response to that, to not end up in a position where you're losing potentially hundreds of millions of dollars for no reason.
Yeah.
Which is really no reason. It's not a good, like, he's not making a public stance about of war. He's not making a public
Yeah.
stance about some political agenda or nothing. It's basically, are you an anti-Semitic,
Yeah.
and clearly the answer is no. But like, you making a response or lack of making a response is allowing people to frame it whatever way they want to frame
Exactly. So, and this is when you play like sports is entertainment. It's opening up your life for anything you do. Like what I'm doing right now is entertainment. And it's just when you give out information, people can use that information and content and twist it in ways that they want to because you make it public, right?
it. Right.
So when you say those certain things, him not saying anything can be just as bad as him saying something too. Because if you don't, you give people a window to create an entire idea, right?
Yeah.
He could not have meant what he's not anti-Semitic, but when you give people the ammunition to say that you are, now that is a thing where it's a stain. But you couple that with not playing for half a season. You couple that with like the Steve Nash situation where he's now also on the team, right? Where the New Jersey, the Brooklyn Nets, my bad, the Brooklyn Nets, they're trying to become a championship team, and they made some quick changes, right? That means it's a lot of pressure on and off the court. When you do that, your teammates gotta go through that shit too. You feel me? Now they gotta address it. And that affects how they play on the court. So I don't know if him saying that helped that situation.
Right.
Because if they perform bad, what do you think is gonna happen in the news then? You know what I'm saying? So like you said, like it should be on the court. Like make everybody forget this shit. You feel me? Just make everybody shut up and just go crazy. But you got to.
Right.
Y'all got to do something because now y'all don't have a head coach. Y'all looking for it. It's a lot of shit that couples with that. That does not sound like they're going to the finals this year. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the part.
That's
like
the way you're going.
that's what sucks. Because for anybody that's about KD on the team, that means KD not getting the ring. We already count him out. Like, what team do you know went to the finals and won without a coach?
Zero.
Come on now. So like, and we know that KD kind of he's about to become a free agent next year.
Maybe.
So for if for Nets fans, you think he gonna stay in New Jersey and try to bring him a championship next year now? No, that is not happening. So like, I feel like for everybody, it's just best to just play bad. Like I don't want to say that because just make everybody be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Give a reason to understand where you're coming from and play that and let us understand from that point. If that makes sense. But shit, man. My computer keep going in and out right now, but shit, man, let's just go back to self-awareness for real.
Yeah, self-awareness. I think too we could talk about what's next on the list.
Shit, and what's next on this list is what everybody been talking about is that Drake and 21 Savage, man. That shit, you feel me?
Ooh, her loss. I mean, from even the cover, bro, with Suki on it,
Yeah,
stripper. I mean, you already knew what type of time niggas gonna be on. It's a ratchet club banger album.
yeah.
Like, niggas just like, I know we talked about on our podcast before about Drake maybe didn't drop his best piece of body of work earlier this year. This nigga had a chip on his shoulder because he came with a banger this time, and this nigga was rapping his ass off. So,
Would you think that the album meant for hip hop right now? How important you think it is right now? Like if it is important.
I think it's important for hip hop to give 21 Savage his flowers while he popping, because it was the first time I always knew 21 Savage could rap, but I was never the biggest 21 Savage fan. I was never the hugest 21 Savage fan. But when he came on there and did kind of like what Future did when they spent like 10 days together making What a Time to Be Alive, he came on the album and I heard another side of 21 Savage. I was like, damn, I can see why, the myth of 21 Savage is,
I think it's like I want
Slaughter Gang.
I don't want to say like it's the other way around. I kind of think 21 Savage made Drake rap for real, for real.
Damn.
Because we seen what Drake did with like Future. Future, not to say Future don't rap, but Future kind of like, I don't want to say he say whatever, but he kind of just be floating. You know what I mean? He kind of float, and in the same way, you could hear Drake just float, like he just talking shit, right?
Right.
Where on a 21 Savage song, any 21 Savage song we ever listened to with him and Drake, Drake had to like.
Bar up.
21 Savage gonna say some shit in the song. You gonna be like, damn, but that shit low key hard though. You feel me? It's differently than how you listen to Future. Future's just gonna say like a crazy ass like caption or something like that.
Yeah. Only reason I said that is because 21 didn't really drop a project for like, I think his last big project was like it's an album or some shit.
Was it that long?
Damn, that was his last one, bro.
Shit, I gotta look that up
I
real
think
quick.
so.
Hold
What
up.
the fuck? If that was his last one, it been a dog ass minute.
That's why you gotta have your laptop. You know what I'm saying? You can look up information. 21 Savage.
Bro, that shit came out in 2017, bro.
Yeah.
He had a song. He had an album called I Am, and then
I Am Greater Than I Was.
I Was, but Issa was probably his last crazy ass album. Yeah, you right.
Yeah, everybody remember.
That shit 2017. God damn, I got. Oh damn, that shit crazy.
Nigga still. I mean, that was when he had a bank account on there. He had bangers on there.
Damn.
But I feel like, what'd you think about the album?
And I think that shit was needed. You know, like I don't think like we ever got this side of Drake because Drake has never been in this position in hip hop before. So with the position he is, I think you get a whole different Drake than you did in the last ones. This one might be a little bit more cocky. This one might say some crazy ass shit, and you might think it's small, but like nigga, he just signed 400 or 500 M deal. Like that's shit. I don't know no rapper that just did that shit and is actively rapping and relevant.
And that's the thing, like, as a credit to the Migos for staying relevant for 10 years, like Drake, I think you said in the interview, is like, can I go another 10 years of relevancy and still rap at the highest level? Because if we're being honest, besides Little Baby, nobody's really coming close to the star power that Drake can carry.
Damn. And this is crazy. This is crazy. Taylor Swift did 1.5 million. That shit wild, right?
For what?
Her album.
1.5 million copies?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and
First
I think
week?
Yeah. And I think she did 400,000 just streaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Drake and 21 Savage on pace to sell 350.
Damn.
First week. That shit crazy, right? But look, I'm gonna ask y'all this: where on y'all TL do y'all ever see Taylor Swift?
Never. I don't be seeing her shit nowhere.
That shit
but
wild as fuck.
It's a different audience. It's a different audience. Bro, I'm telling you, because like the people we around. You feel me? The people we around every day. The people we be around. You know, like you ain't gonna be around nobody listening to Taylor Swift, bro. You gonna be niggas listening to Drake, 21 Savage, unless you feel me. When you be around them type of people, I ain't trying to sound no type of way, you feel me? But you feel me? The Caucasian people, all the people in the suburbs, that's where, you feel me? That's the audiences, for some reason, that mainly be getting streamed too, mainly be reaching. You gotta think about it. That's how it always be though.
I mean, we went to BG. I guess Taylor Swift, you know them songs that she had, but like, I knew Taylor Swift, she was 15, 16, singing them songs, but like that's just crazy for her. And I say that too, because Drake had a long career just as her, but like, that's a crazy amount of years to be selling 1.5. I think, I was just talking to this with my homie, bro. Like, let's say Lil Wayne in his heyday, right? Might sell 900,000.
Yeah, Lil Wayne doing numbers.
Taylor Swift just did 1.5, bro. Like, what the fuck? No, for real, I don't even know like what Bad Bunny numbers is though, but like I feel like Drake is.
It's like you said, it's all about your audience. Like Bad Bunny has the Latin American audience in the chokehold. Like he probably gonna do like 2 million. Like that nigga do crazy numbers. Yeah. But we wouldn't know because that's not our demographic. I'm not his target demographic. Right. I don't eat Latino food and fucking salsa dance. I don't know.
Type shit.
But let's talk about the promo release for her loss. The promo release was crazy because you saw him go on Howard Stern. Yeah. You saw him go on Vogue, have a fake Vogue cover. You saw him have a fake SNL performance, a fake Tiny Desk. And like this shit had niggas looking up to see if that nigga was really gonna be on Tiny Desk, was really gonna be in Vogue. Like niggas couldn't find that magazine.
I did that because I'm into like music and shit. So I pay attention to how artists drop because how they drop tells you how like their strategy is not always money is always like why did he choose Howard Stern? Why did he go there? Because he could have went anywhere. So I be paying attention, trying to watch the numbers. Be like, all right, I can identify. I can understand why. But what I was gonna add to that is probably like why he did that shit fake. It's
because he could have easily done it real.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he did a fake version of it is just genius because it just shows that you so big, you don't even need to do that shit no more.
Yeah.
You don't really even need to do any of that shit no more. You could put up a fake version of it, fucking with the real niggas because you already have a relationship with them, and then still like dry like shit was genius.
Cause I don't know too many artists in today's time. You can't even say like a little baby is even in this category where they are so big that they shouldn't even do interviews. Like Rihanna's definitely in this category. Like to the point where if she even did the interview, damn near the person who did the interview might make more money. They might get rewarded more because like her name is so big. So it's to the point where I'm gonna just do my own interviews because it like I don't know if this is an analogy, but Floyd Mayweather, he made so much money off of his name himself. I might as well make the company because if I do something, I'm always gonna get the lesser bargain and shit like that, right?
Right.
So if I'm gonna do an interview, it's gonna be on my fucking platform. If I'm gonna do something, I make so much money that like I don't gotta break bread with y'all. I don't know y'all. I can do it on my shit and it still be bigger than yours because I'm literally bigger than your whole.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Drake probably would have been Howard Stern's biggest interview.
Oh yeah, of course.
And like I don't know if he would have did that shit because that nigga don't do interviews and shit. I think that shit is genius. I ain't gonna lie, but you gotta be set to do some shit like that.
Right. You can't just be no. That's the thing. Like that's. I think that Drake is at the point in his career where if he like 10 years ago he did do SNL.
Yeah.
You know, if he was an artist coming out today, he would do Tiny Desk.
Yeah,
like he would like to be on the cover of Vogue. He's been on the cover of Vogue before.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like he's like has never done these before. But like you said, he's at that point 10 years deep in the game, 20, 12 years, whatever. You know, some shit's not really necessary no more.
Yeah.
You know, his audience was already waiting for the album to drop. Like he has such a big fan base, such a big audience ready to consume his music that then he could have did a Beyonce surprise album and just dropped it and shit probably still would have done 350K.
Yeah.
Like without having any promo. So
but I was talking to my boy, I'm gonna hold him to this when he said this. He was like he got a theory behind why Drake like started doing all of that, putting content out. He had told me like next year he feel like Drake gonna drop like 4 albums or some shit.
I believe it though. I can see him doing some shit like that.
Dropping 4 albums. I felt like we waited 2 or 3 years for each one in between for real.
Maybe not 4. Yeah. Maybe not 4. Because I don't know if we need that many. Like if he's talking about 20 songs, I don't know if I need 80 Drake songs in a year. That's kind of a lot.
Yeah, facts.
But I could see him dropping like a couple albums next year.
Definitely behind like how music is created today though. So I feel like music today. I'm somebody that pays attention to the bars in the song. I pay attention to like the cadence behind why they said that. And now in the studio, I pay attention to the vibe because, like, say if somebody comes in here, damn, how can I say this? Damn, I don't even want to say that. You could tell how real it is or something happening, right? So when I be listening to music, say somebody says something, I can be like, damn, I believe it so much more because I can picture them niggas doing that shit right then and there. But when you in the studio, when people say lines, I fuck with it because I see them doing exactly what they doing right when they say the line, whether they pulling up, whether it's something like that. It's like I can fuck with it more. It might sound simple to somebody else, but like I literally see them talking about or like this ain't no imaginary thing they just pulled up out of nowhere. This is some shit they honestly live however it happens. So when I be listening to music, I pay attention to that shit. So once it gets too far-fetched or something out of the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And hip-hop is like, rap in general is definitely like that. It's a lot of people talking and doing shit that is like, it's just so non-believable. It don't make sense. I cannot buy that shit. Yeah, that shit is nah. You feel me?
Right. And I think that's the crazy thing about Drake's music is that like the shit for anybody else to say what that nigga's saying, it would sound like that nigga's lying his ass off. But when Drake said, like, you gotta believe that shit because you gotta believe that shit. Like, you gotta believe that nigga really spent millions on his cars. Like, you gotta believe that nigga really, like, a standout line and this one was Ocean in the middle of the ocean. On that track, he talking about Serena Williams' husband being a groupie. But that nigga was really smashing Serena Williams, though. Like, how many niggas can say they hit Serena Williams?
That's
like,
true.
no nigga can say that shit. And then call out that nigga. And that nigga, he's not no scrub nigga. That nigga owns, created Reddit. Like, that nigga is a tech billionaire. And the fact that he got that nigga subtweeting Drake, like, the next day, like,
that is
I'm not
crazy.
a groupie. Like, that shit. You know, it just goes, you know, that's how big that nigga is, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga petty as hell.
Nah, that nigga had a line on there too, talking about fuck Adidas. I don't know if you heard that line, but that nigga said fuck Adidas.
Nigga. Yeah, I heard that shit. Yeah, I heard that shit.
That nigga just had, this is probably Drake pettiest album. That nigga talking about petty shit.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Shit, Drake definitely, I don't know, I seen A Boogie was like, I'm gonna drop same time, like this time before he knew Drake was about to drop, push that shit back.
He knew what the fuck was going on.
But anybody know, like, in music, this is considered, I think I don't want to say, like, fourth quarter, whatever, but like from now until Christmas, anybody who drop usually are the bigger names. So if somebody's dropping and they got the audacity to drop, they already know that they're gonna have competition. Because, like, let's say they want to vote for the Grammys or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to start it right now. So you want to drop your album early so you can get all the accolades by the time you need to work your record. So if you see niggas dropping right now, they got an agenda. So you got some heavy hitters. So the fact that, like, Drake did that, able to move back to rapping, I don't know his last projects was really about, you feel me? It's probably on some smooth shit, but definitely rapping. But I don't know, man. We in Detroit, man. I know I fuck with Drake heavy, but that's not even like, I think Drake make the playlist, but I don't think everybody fuck with Drake like that for real.
No, like I said, I'm a Drake fan because I like the things that nigga raps about and embodies, like beautiful women. I love beautiful women, so like I'm gonna appreciate bars that raps about fucking beautiful women. I like money, so I appreciate a nigga talking about getting money. Like, this shit motivational. Like, so like, to me, I appreciate this shit, but to other people, like, some people are just happy with whatever girl they can get. So they don't really care about fucking bad bitches. Like, some niggas are happy with their job, making $20,000 a year. They don't give a fuck about getting money.
So I want to throw this question out there real quick. You know what I'm saying? If you answer this for me.
For sure.
Is it good for a rapper to fake it before they make it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Fake it till you make it.
So like, you don't think sometimes it kind of fucks up, like, the authenticity of their music? You don't think it kind of interferes?
I don't think so, because I think a lot of times, like, when you're rapping, you're manifesting. So like, you're speaking shit into existence.
Right.
So like, if you're talking about you want a car, you want a bag, you want a watch, you want all that shit, you say that shit on a rap first. All right, cool. Then you go do a show and you get fucking $5,000. You put that down and get you a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can manifest that shit to come to real life, and then it's like you faked it, but then you actually made it in the end. So
you don't think it's is there limits to what somebody can do or say, or as long as the song sounds good?
No, I think that if you're trying to like, I think this faking it till you make it and trying to be and being authentic are two different things. Like, if you're faking it till you make it, like, you may not have $1 million today, but if you put on your best, I'm not saying put on no fake shit, but like, if you try to, big up yourself until you make it, till you get that $1 million, that's cool, till you get that deal. But if you're from the suburbs talking about, I trap out the bando, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
But look, man.
I don't think that's faking it till you make it. It's not gonna help you in that situation.
I'm not gonna lie, man. This is, the line is so gray. The line is so gray. I done seen people come from the burbs, right, and had so much street smarts, it blew my mind. And I'm gonna say this because, like, some of them they was moving like they were somebody else, like I didn't recognize, but, like, I don't know, man. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, Cause I'm just talking about just music in general.
But that's authentic to them though. If you came up in the suburbs, but you got street smart, that's authentic.
But look, and the reason why I want to say that, cause like in the birds, don't think they don't do drugs too. You feel me? Like everybody do that shit.
Do most drugs.
And in hip hop, you can hear. Like I think the idea like selling weed, selling certain things is like people use that to say I'm hood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In the music and shit. And I don't want to say fake until you make it, but like how I'm tying this in is that I don't know. It's so oversaturated in music that I feel like the things that back in the day you just couldn't do that. Now people a lot of stuff is prevalent, like even down to scamming or something like that, right? You can scam from the comfort of your home and get off. You feel me? You don't have to be outside. You don't have to be moving. But in the music, everybody outside. Everybody is, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to like, what's the real, you know?
Right. Yeah, but I can see what you're saying about like everybody's doing it, nobody's doing it type shit.
But and then in that sense, it's like, can you still appreciate the song even if you know the artist is not what you think, or because I try to just not associate. I kind of look at the song in general. If I fuck with the song,
I mean, 21 Savage talked about that in an interview one time. He was just like, the music shit is really just entertainment. Like the shit Slaughter Gang, like this nigga 21 Savage does more gun bars than anybody I know. But that nigga has never killed anybody ever. That nigga has never picked up a gun, pointed at somebody with a red
dot on. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro.
You don't need to. He's just entertaining.
How you feel about that? You think like 21 Savage? He just none of that,
bro. I feel like this how you got it. Like, I feel like he for sure be milking that shit, overdoing it.
Yeah.
But I feel like you feel me? It's 21 Savage. He was in some shit for sure. Probably when he was younger though, but like when he rapping about that shit, like when you get like successful to a point, you still rapping about that shit, and everybody know where you at. That's when that shit just get, you feel me, and don't hit the same, and you just straight on it.
Right. Like 2015, that shit hit harder when that nigga talking about no heart, no advance and shit like that. Like because that nigga was still in that situation, but that nigga, you know, once the niggas found out the nigga from Britain, you know what I'm saying? Once nigga found out that nigga's name was like Nathaniel or some shit. Like niggas ain't trying to get, you know, he ain't killing nobody. He killing him on a song. We ain't killing him in real life.
Yeah, I don't know. But
DeMarcus, sit your head down.
Like to me, I don't want to say like, because Boosie in a whole different. He's a legend already, solidified in a whole different zone. But I ain't gonna lie, like, when certain people say stuff, it gotta be real. Because the moment it's not, the moment I find out it's not, it's like, because man, it's certain artists that like, if I fuck with this song, but if they just do some shit that's just so out the norm, that's just a complete lie, I can't ride to it the same. I can't listen to it the same.
Right.
Like I even down to when I was listening to this is crazy. Like I don't want to say crazy, but I listened to Usher growing up, right? Usher was like one of the favorite artists. I used to sing a lot. So like Usher was like, man, I was like one of the idols. Like, damn, that nigga, you know what I'm saying? That note was crazy, right? When I learned that like writers write people's songs and shit like that, I was like, damn, okay. So as a singer, you can have other people write your songs. And then I learned the Confessions album wasn't even about, like, it wasn't his situation. He was talking about
Jermaine Dupri.
I was like, damn, that nigga milked that situation. You know what I'm saying? But in hip hop, imagine somebody creates a character to rap about them and they live that character so well, but they really rapping about they mans. They just took their man's identity.
That's 6ix9ine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't listen to that album the same. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I cherish the work that it is. You feel me? It's like they tell a story, but like you said, it's just entertainment.
It's just entertainment, people. Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
That's why I'm getting caught up. Like that's the negative. The dark side of that shit is that, like, you know, like niggas in high school, niggas in middle school and shit. When you're growing up, like you're not looking at this guy in corporate America who owns a steel factory. You know, who was making billions of dollars.
Yeah.
You're not looking at this guy who owns a concrete company, refining company. You're not looking at some nigga who owns businesses and real estate and shit like that. You're looking at niggas playing basketball and rapping as your heroes, which is great. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have heroes who are hitting home runs and like winning championships. Like, I'm not saying that. But at the end of the day, like, if you're looking up to niggas all the time who like are just rapping, just trying to entertain you, then there's a disconnect between what's real and what's fake. Like if you get your political advice from niggas not in politics, then something's wrong there.
But the crazy thing about hip hop though now, like rap now is so saturated that anybody could be a rapper the same way that like say somebody draws something on a piece of paper, like I'm an artist. You feel me? So now you see people that just do regular stuff. They might be just regular, but then they make a song and then like I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So when something picks it up, like say it's something on the news, something happens with somebody that something happened. Of course this is a rapper, but truth be told, no, they weren't really. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or if somebody introduce themselves to you, they introduce themselves as a rapper before they say like. I don't know, man. It's certain circles they just introduce themselves as a rapper before they figure out who they really are and shit like that.
Right.
So you just attach like, man, anybody can drop a song. You know what I'm saying? It's people that just be dropping music. You all know like a OG, a old head or something like that. That just he swear he a rapper. You feel what I'm saying? So he might be doing anything, but then tell you that he a rapper. So if he giving, I don't know. It sound like it's just everybody rap these days.
I just say like you don't look up to rappers and entertainers as like y'all saviors. Cause like at the end of the day, these niggas don't give a fuck about you, and they're getting paid by somebody higher up than them anyway. Like they're just there's rappers come and go all the time. Like Ice Spice just came up. You know what I'm saying? Like Ice Spice, she gonna be here, but she gonna be relevant 10 years from now. Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just you gotta, at the end of the day, like what I had to get out of is trying to, not get away from that kind of celebrity worship, celebrity culture, and just start focusing on something more real, something more concrete. And actually make you money.
I feel like you can look at an artist or a rapper and really be a fan or really be happy for what they doing and be like they are influence or somebody I look up to if they like a Jay-Z, right? He made good business moves along the way. So I can understand if somebody says I listen to Jay-Z, that is somebody, because it's not just that. It's like, all right, if I were ever in a position, it might have helped you get to that, but you can't be seeking advice from everybody because that shit don't make sense because everybody can do that shit. But you can seek advice from somebody that is successful and they proven that like they just didn't have a one-hit wonder. They just didn't get hot one summer. It's like I got hot. I don't know, even a chameleonaire. You can look at that. Somebody that. Or an Akon, I got hot in music. I stopped doing music, and I'm still good financially because of music. I'm doing other shit. You can be like, nah, I fuck with that person, but I ain't about to just fuck with like everybody that rap like, damn, this shit hard. They got a hit song. They this shit. Nah, cause
you can, like you said, you can learn a lot from artists. Like you said, like you can like the fact that he was able to like become famous in one aspect and then use that fame and notoriety and in the business world and like open doors in that way. Like that just goes to show you that like marketing and advertising really works and shit. So,
that's important for real. Just advertising and like we were talking about earlier, just strategy. Because it's not always about the money you have now. It's about how creative you are with the plan. Are you telling a good story in your music videos? Are you dropping on at a certain time? Are you doing certain freestyles? Or a lot of shit go into this. Not just like pay for this, but all in all, that shit just the brand gotta be believable. It gotta be understandable. It gotta be relatable. And, cause like, if you listen to old Cleveland rap before we move on and shit, I think it's a dude, Al Fats, like, I done came down, some, but like old Cleveland rappers, they used to talk about like cars and shit. And they were good for rapping about cars that they didn't have, but like, they would talk about like, I got a Chevy on 26s, but they know they don't got a car. You feel me? But they rap everything down about how this car is candy painted red and you know what I'm saying? But in 2022, with social media, you can't do that shit. Like, it's just hard to do that because once people start so where that car at? Where that?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know what I'm saying? What changed?
I bring up Ice Spice, for example. Like, she rapping about some wild shit.
Yeah.
She looked like she the girl. Like, she probably had like $50,000 to her name, if that. But she rapping about all this like big ass shit and like. But people still fuck with her though. Like people still like that's what I'm saying. You can't fake it till you make it. Like people will still fuck with you.
I guess I I don't know. Yeah, I feel you. I guess you can, but
it's just you just don't like because you real. Like, but like I'm real too. That's why I fuck with Jay-Z. That's why I fuck with Drake. That's why I fuck with Diddy. That's why I fuck with Kanye.
The line is great. The line is great because it's as simple as somebody could be like, man, I got a million bitches irritate me right now. I know you don't got a million bitches. You know what I'm saying? But like I can identify as like I done blew $1 gazillion in the club or we done did something. I'd be like, all right, I understand that exaggeration.
Right.
But when I'm saying the music, there are literally people who create a person that don't exist. You know what I'm saying? And they walk that line. They convince everybody that they somebody, and everything about the identity they created be false as fuck. Like that shit is just that shit is wild. But like when I start seeing certain shit or start being like you start seeing the storylines behind something. Yeah. Like I didn't see rappers faking arrest. Like, come on, bro. They do that shit, right? But to what extent are you gonna make sure you faking arrest? To make sure that you get a point across. You get what I'm saying? That shit is far fetched, but like, is it worth that to have a career to do shit like that? To you?
That shit off the wall. But it's like I feel like, bro, it depends on what path you trying to take. Everybody like it's like different ways you can do this shit. You can jump in, get capping, faking shit. Yeah. And niggas, you know, damn near everybody doing that shit, not making it like that because of shit like TikTok, because of shit like
facts. Yeah.
When you get on TikTok. You post, you can go viral off of some shit. Whole time they don't know what's going on for real. You can get on TikTok. Like you said, a nigga faking an arrest. Yeah. You get on TikTok, nigga, you can have somebody, you getting arrested, somebody recording the police. Oh, what'd he do? Or what happened?
But I didn't see like when I was in I don't want to talk about incidents, you be paying attention to hip hop, like literally people pay like actors show up to the show to put handcuffs on you, like and do stuff like that. You feel me? Do the whole nine. And I get like if that's the temperament to joke, but I'm saying like I understand the joking situation, but people would literally create an entire character, you know, and that character would drop songs, would go on tour, live a life, you know, have a whole life, you feel me? But I don't know, I think that shit like low key bold, bro. That shit low key bold as fuck.
That was 6ix9ine when he came out talking about he like blood and shit, like. But that nigga probably was never gang affiliated. That nigga just did it because he thought it was gonna get people to fuck with him, and it did. Like, that nigga is not street for real.
Be real. Did y'all fuck with 6ix9ine when he first came out?
Nah, bro, I didn't fuck with that. Cause nigga, the shit was just
too far.
I still don't fuck with that nigga. It's just I don't know. It's easier to digest what the fuck he doing because he became more of a public figure in a way. Like everybody like, oh, this nigga do got money. Cause he to the point to when you feel me, he do his flexing videos. That nigga, you can't say shit. That nigga be having a fucking rainbow chains iced out with the money pulling racks out his bag. You can't say shit. He got the money, but it's just like when he was.
You see, but it's like
you see, bro.
To the point is like, was it ever worth him doing all of that to sacrifice all of that? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was. Cause that nigga actually made it in the end. That nigga ended up getting rich.
But do you think? But I don't think that's the.
But like you gotta understand that nigga did anything to become famous. That nigga, he's one of them niggas who do anything. Like I'm not willing to do anything to get the bag. I'm not gonna tattoo 6ix9ine on my body 1,000,000 times for no fucking reason and get face tattoos and like just to get attention and color my hair rainbow colored. Like that nigga did anything to get attention. Like that was this whole nigga MO. Like what can I do to get niggas to talk about me? And that nigga did that. And because of that, nigga ended up almost going to jail.
That nigga did go to jail.
Yeah, nigga went to fucking jail because he snitched on everybody. Like,
hey, he said he got out like nothing happened. Like, ain't shit happened. Got out normal as hell, talking crazy still.
Oh shit! Oh man,
that's all this shit down.
That shit sucks. Imagine just going somewhere. And like you got a little enterprise going, and it's the most like biggest talking nigga in the group, all that shit. He the reason all that shit failed. He go home, and everybody do numbers. You know how pissed I'd be, dog. What? It's the person that gave us the most attention. They did the most. They the reason we really in here for real. They got us in here. We would have been smooth because had they not attached themselves to the situation, we probably would have went home because nobody was really saying nothing. It's like this person literally is the reason.
Yeah.
Bro, what? I know that shit old, but like that's why I kind of did dirt. Or like if I ever was to do something, I'm really not including nobody. Like, bro, I'm by myself. Like, if it's some shit that like I'm worried that somebody gonna tell on some shit like that for anybody, why would you want to even put yourself in a situation to be like, bro, that shit, that hell no.
Morals and codes and shit. Niggas don't have those
that's
codes.
Not to me. That's not even like a street code, bro. If I'm in school, right, and I'm trying to go get like, if I know a cut where I can go take this girl or something like that, right? I don't want to tell everybody because if I do, somebody gonna tell. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can learn that lesson anywhere. You don't. It ain't the streets. It ain't just that. Like, bro, you know that like, hey, bro, we about to ditch class. You don't have to tell the whole class we about to ditch because if they gonna notice everybody and shit like that, and it's gonna be one person to tell. And I feel like whatever you say, he was that person that was just gonna tell. Like he was just that. Like that's just a him thing. That ain't no like street code or nothing. I feel like he just violated just the natural what are you doing, bro code. Like he just violated that for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I understand, like, if I got a bro and he not into that type of lifestyle, I'm not into that type of lifestyle, and something like that happen, I feel like there's not corporate, but suburban America that understands that, hey, man, if I got you in a situation and you didn't understand, I'm sorry, my bad. I would take the L for you. You know what I'm saying? But he just did not give a fuck. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That shit bold. That shit bold as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, damn, I can't even say nothing about that, but like, it seemed like, I don't know, I know some hoe ass niggas out there remind me of this shit like that, like they pillow talk, you know what I'm saying? They try to do random shit like that, get under your skin, be all in people's faces and shit like that. It be like, oh, man, those people are not for me, but yeah, man. I don't want to talk about that, man, but be aware of self-awareness and shit, man. Any y'all gotta add something to that? Anything?
Nah, you almost had. Hey, no, when you got to talking about pillow talking though, that shit be crazy though. Your man's pillow talked on you one time though.
Yeah, for sure. That shit, I don't know, man. But like for real, like I don't really care about you. So I got a girl, but like I don't know. That shit do fuck you up. But you understand, like when people grow or certain things. But it's like certain things that can't be said, and if like the problems don't come to you a certain way,
yeah.
when you address it and things that keep happening. But I didn't had a homie. I can say this. I had a homie like he'd chill around me and shit like that, right? So he was a homie to be like, hey Mark, where the hoes at? So he would always come to me and be like, where the hoes at? Or like what we about to do and shit. So he chilling around me, and then this nigga go like tell the girl that I was talking to, I was trying to talk to her, like he be having the hoes around. Don't talk to him. He be this, that, and the other. But like I was so lost because like on some real shit, my man, he was going through it one day, right? He was drunk as fuck, and he was like busted. And I kind of caught up to him. He was going through life. He was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. He kind of broke down on me, right? I'm sitting there holding. I'm like, bro, you gonna be all right, fool. You get your head again. I'm talking this nigga through. This nigga just get up and go tell, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a girl that I got right now. So it's like, he was saying he'd go tell her, like, yeah, I was just chilling with him. But like, bro, you came to me. What? He just did so much hoe ass shit. But that's just one situation. That was petty. Like, that was a little nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit ain't really hurt none. But I looked at that nigga so differently, bro. Like, I didn't. Nigga, why, bro? You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I don't know. And the whole time, it's like, when he was trying to talk to my girl, he was just go tell. He was just a gossip ass nigga. Like, that's just what he did. That shit just like, nah, bro. Like, but those are the type of people you don't have around. Like, nah, nigga.
Facts. Big facts.
But shit, man, that was kind of like a wrap up, man. The episode was a little chill, I would say. You feel me? But so anything you want to say or add?
Nah. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment.
For sure,
ask
man.
questions.
Bet it up. We up.
Till next time. Peace.